I'm Barry Dutter. This week on The Takeaway, we'll be looking at Baby Driver, which is the new car chase film from acclaimed director Edgar Wright. I liked Baby Driver. I thought it was fun. I especially liked the first two-thirds of the movie. The movie starts off with a great car chase in the beginning, then in the middle of the movie there's another awesome chase, and then just when you think you're going to get another spectacular chase at the end, the film kind of, shall we say, runs out of gas. It actually turns into more of a foot race through a shopping mall, which just isn't nearly as exciting as those explosive, dynamic chase scenes that we saw earlier in the film. I had some problems with Act 3 of Baby Driver. It just seemed like they didn't really know where to go for the third act. They had a lot of different choices they could have made, and they made a lot of them. There's a lot of endings to this film. They couldn't really decide who the villain was going to be. There's some surprises there at the end. But let's get started. I have a couple of takeaways, and I have one observation about Baby Driver. So, for starters, of course you have to have spoilers, because I will be talking about the ending of Baby Driver. So if you have not seen this film yet, then baby, you better drive your ass out to the local theater and go see it. Okay, let's start with my observation. My first observation with this film is that Kevin Spacey is evil. Basically, he plays the same manipulative, scheming, maniacal jerk that he plays in just about every movie and TV show that you see him in. However, there is a twist in Baby Driver where Kevin Spacey, despite everything we've seen so far, in a move that goes against everything he said and done in the movie up to this point, he turns out to be a good guy at the end. He just suddenly has a change of heart, and he's suddenly, I'm not evil anymore, and he goes out fighting for the good guys. So, yeah, it comes from out of nowhere. It's completely out of character, but it was a refreshing change to see Kevin Spacey fighting on the side of the angels for a change. So, I kind of like that. It was a nice little surprise there at the end. Now, we'll move on to my takeaways from the film. First takeaway from Baby Driver is Jon Hamm is Superman. A few years back, there was some talk of having Jon Hamm play Superman in a movie, and he would have been perfect for it. He has the looks, he's got the height, the personality. He would have made a great Superman. He is a bit too old for it now, but in this movie, he plays a character who survives so much that he practically is playing Superman in Baby Driver. Either that or he's playing some combination of Jason and Michael Myers, because he just survives too much stuff. There's just too many things happening to him at the end of this movie for anyone to survive. I didn't really buy it. The movie kind of, it goes off into crazy land when you get to the climax. So, look, I believe that a young guy could be a getaway driver, and he could be pulling some dangerous moves on the road and some, impossible stunts. Although most of the stunts looked pretty practical in this film. But I just can't believe Jon Hamm can survive all that. Now, my second observation from Baby Driver is that apparently waitressing sucks. There is a girl in this film, a beautiful girl, by the way, who works a waitressing job that she hates. And she hates her job so much that the first time she meets Baby, who is the main male character, she tells him she wants to run away with him and head out west, out to California, where all dreams come true. Now, I should note that at the diner where she works, it doesn't seem like they have any customers other than Baby. He seems to be pretty much their only customer. Another point, this is a side note here, but the female leads in this movie are both gorgeous. Usually in a movie you're lucky if you get one really pretty girl. This movie you have not only the waitress, but also you have the Latina character, Jon Hamm's girlfriend, who is also stunning. There's two beautiful girls in one movie. Whoever did the casting for this film, kudos. Well done. Now, back to what I was saying. The waitress hates her job so much that she is willing to aid and abet this young criminal this Baby Driver. She's willing to become a fugitive from justice. She's willing to help him escape the police, escape gangsters, risk her life for a guy she just met 2 days ago. Now, she is in love with Baby Driver. They've had, you could say, one real date when they go out whining and dining, and then one quote-unquote date at the laundromat. So they've known each other for a couple days. They're convinced they're in love. I think it usually takes longer than that in real life, but okay, it's a movie. Even after Baby Driver gets arrested and goes to prison at the end for 5 years, 5 years, she waits 5 years for him. Presumably she waits at that crappy waitressing job that she hates. She waits. This beautiful woman in the prime of her life just throws it all away for 5 years waiting for this convict to get out of jail. So when he gets out of jail, 5 years later, they can finally have their ride off into the sunset. I don't know. It just seemed that a girl that beautiful would have more options than waiting 5 years for a convict, but it's all right. So overall, I liked Baby Driver. It's fun. It's entertaining. And the characters are so likable, you really root for them. You really do. The characters are much more likable in this film than they are in any of the Fast and Furious movies. So I look forward to, there'll be more in the future. There'll be more Baby Drivers in the future. Baby Driver 2, just when he thought he was out, they pull him back in. Although they killed off most of the other characters in this one, so they'll need some new characters. But anyway, I enjoyed it. Go see Baby Driver. Till next time, this is Barry Dutter. We'll see you next time on The Takeaway.